For years, FX3 shooters hit a wall the moment they wanted more. The FX6 felt like overkill for solo creators, and the FX3 itself started showing its age against what Sony was doing at the Venice and Burano level. Now, reportedly, Sony is closing that gap with the Sony FX5, a new full-frame cinema line camera slotting in right between the FX3 and FX6. And Sony's being very clear about one thing. This isn't an FX3 Mark II. It's a different animal entirely, built around a new sensor, new processing, and features that used to live exclusively on cameras costing far more. Stick around, because some of what's reportedly packed into this thing sounds like it shouldn't exist at this price point yet. At the core of the Sony FX5 sits a newly developed 16.6 megapixel full-frame stacked sensor, paired with Sony's Bionz XR2, the same chip found in the recently released Alpha 7R6. That stacked design matters a lot here, because the FX3 sensor wasn't stacked, which limited readout speed and made rolling shutter more noticeable in fast motion. As of now, Sony hasn't shared exact readout numbers yet, so we'll have to wait for lab testing to confirm just how big that improvement really is. But that lower megapixel count isn't a downgrade, it's deliberate, prioritizing speed and light sensitivity over resolution, which is exactly the philosophy that made the original FX3 so beloved by run-and-gun shooters in the first place. Here's something that used to be reserved for Sony's flagship cinema cameras. The Sony FX5 reportedly supports 5K open gate recording, capturing the entire sensor in a 3:2 ratio. That means better results with anamorphic lenses, and the freedom to reframe or pull vertical crops in post without losing quality. On top of that, this is apparently the first time internal 16-bit X-OCN RAW comes to a camera this compact, no external recorder required. FX3 owners who spent years bolting recorders onto their rigs are probably feeling a mix of joy and mild betrayal right now. What makes this internal RAW workflow interesting is efficiency. Sony has reportedly introduced two new compression flavors, X-OCN C1 and C2, both significantly lighter than the standard LT format, with the most compressed option apparently coming in even lighter than the FX3's older intra-frame codec. That's 16-bit RAW, at file sizes smaller than what many shooters are already used to managing. And the FX5 reportedly pushes frame rates further too, with 5K up to 120 frames per second, and a headline 4K 240p mode for extreme slow motion, though some of these modes may arrive later through a staged firmware rollout rather than right at launch, which naturally raises the question of pricing. Sony is positioning the FX5 as its own thing, not a replacement for the FX3 or FX6. The FX6 keeps its crew-friendly body and built-in ND filter. The FX3 becomes the entry point into the cinema line, and the FX5 sits confidently in the middle, with dual-gain noise reduction and 3 base ISOs reportedly borrowed straight from the Burano. Pricing is said to land around €4,600 for the body alone, with the kit version including the new XLR handle unit priced higher. The FX5 could be the camera that finally gives FX3 owners somewhere real to upgrade. Would you make the jump, or is the FX3 still enough camera for you? Drop your take in the comments, hit like if this breakdown helped, and subscribe so you don't miss the moment this becomes official.